And just before I shot this video, Jason Kelce announced that he retired. I knew it was coming. I seen the tweet and I'm like, man, let me wait before I put this video out. That's why you guys getting it this afternoon or evening. Jason Kelce had one hell of a career. One hell of a career. A legend. He is a legend. But hope you guys enjoy this video.
And so this all brings us here to today, where I announce that I am retiring. Where I announce I'm retiring from the NFL after 13 seasons with the Philadelphia Eagles. And today, I must admit, I am officially overrated. Vastly overrated. But fuck, it took a lot of hard work and determination getting here.
This is Eagle Owl, and today we're going to talk about DAndre Swift hitting the open market. Also, I'm going to talk about Fletcher Cox because we've been weighing in on Jason Kelce retiring, but we haven't really weighed in on Fletcher Cox possibly retiring. But man, it'd be one hell of a story. And lastly, we're going to talk about Haason Reddick. He really wants to stay a Philadelphia Eagle, but let's get straight into it. All right, so let's get straight into the topics today. Let's talk about DAndre Swift. And DAndre Swift is expected to hit the open market. Over here expected 3 years, 18 million, which is not that bad. It's like an average deal for a running back. Actually, that might be a little high paid for a running back. But if he can get it somewhere, I guess go do it. Can the Eagles pay that? Sure. Will they pay it? That's what we don't know. And to be honest, I've been watching the running backs in this draft class, and I think a lot of people got the same sentiment with me. It's not like the running backs are not good this draft. They just not the same as the past couple drafts. Like, you don't hear the Bijan Robinson or the Jahmyr Gibbs or anything in this draft. You barely hear any running backs in this draft. Who you really hear is how good the DBs are this draft, how good the line, D-line, offensive line, of course, the quarterbacks. But you're not really hearing, like, running backs this draft. And, you know, some drafts that happens. Sometimes it's not quarterback heavy. Sometimes it's not running back heavy. Sometimes it's not wide receiver heavy. But I don't know. Can we just easily snag one out this draft? Again, maybe. Or maybe I didn't do enough research. But I will say this. Even if you don't draft a running back, there's so many running backs in the open market. It makes no sense. Even if we can't find a way to sign DAndre Swift, well, you still got Josh Jacobs out there who hasn't been connected to the Eagles. You still have Derrick Henry out there who's been connected to the Eagles. It's a couple guys out there. Even if, you know, you got to give the big bucks to Saquon Barkley. He's out there. So it's guys really out here. AJ Dillon, who else? I heard Tony Pollard, but I really don't want him, but he is an option. It's a lot of running backs, but I want DAndre Swift. You know, underutilized last year, still got over 1,000 yards. So his body is technically still fresh. Bring him into this system where they can really utilize his skill. Hopefully, you know, he find a way back in Philadelphia. But we have to utilize him because I don't want to give him a multi-year deal if we're not using him. Hell, the multi-year deal might force us to use him. So, DAndre Swift, if he signed back, he got to get used, man. He has to be used. All right, so let's get into the next topic. Something we haven't really touched on, or we somewhat ignored the fact, is Fletcher Cox retiring. What, four, naming this off the top of my head, I believe four-time All Pro, six-time Pro Bowler, Super Bowl champ. I mean, Fletcher Cox did everything for the city, everything. But man, he's going to be hard to replace because even last year, and actually the last 2 years, you can say he's been playing at a high level. You can even say, I heard Lord Brunson say this. You can even say that he's been playing better than Jordan Davis. So Fletcher Cox being gone, yeah, that's a missing piece because now you evaluate the first round different because it's like okay, we if you look at the roster, say Fletcher Cox stay because Howie Roseman's not going to let him go anywhere. Then you look at it now, you're like okay, we got Milton Williams, we got Jalen Carter, we got Morrow Jamo, you even got Fletcher Cox if he decide to stay. But now if you take Fletcher Cox out that, mix, you start thinking like, damn, maybe we need to go defensive tackle again in the first round or defensive end, depending on what we do. But I know a lot of people want a DB at days like that, but I guess it goes to the big debate in the draft. Do you get who you need the most or do you get the best available? And that's what it might come down to because right now, the bread and butter of our defense always been the line. And it looked like the line is getting a little weak, especially on the edges. Especially on the edges. So, again, Fletcher Cox retire. One hell of a career, but do I want him to retire? No, I think he still got more left in the tank. I think he got like a year or maybe two left. But it all depends. It all depends on what Fletcher Cox want to do. Maybe like it's time for the young guys to step up. I want to do other things because I think Milton Williams is ready. I know I've been saying that even when y'all was clowning me last year when Jordan Davis was doing good at the beginning of the year. I'm telling you, Milton Williams is a dog. Milton Williams stayed consistent the whole year. Milton is ready. I mean, Morrow Jamo, not sure. Uh, we know Jordan Davis, he can play, but the question about Jordan Davis, can he last the whole year with his durability and his stamina? Can he go a whole year? We don't know, and that's the missing piece of Fletcher Cox that will be missing. We know Jalen Carter, he's only going to get better, so maybe the young guys are ready to take this thing over, and maybe we get somebody out of free agency. We talk about the running backs and stuff. Maybe we grab a defensive tackle or edge out of free agency, and I guess that's what we do because, again, if Brandon Graham or Fletcher Cox decide, you know what, don't want to do this anymore, yeah, we got to address some things on that defensive line. Definitely got to address some things. Unless we just go completely young and just let the offense really take over because the young guys on the defense go through some bumps and bruises until they get right. But let's talk about the last topic of the day, Haason Reddick. Haason Reddick, it looked like he wanted to stay in Philadelphia. And where am I getting this source from? So I guess it was a post on Facebook. I could be wrong. It was a post on Facebook, and Haason Reddick trainer actually commented on a post on Facebook saying like we ain't really talking about his contract, but he know one thing for sure. He really wants to stay in Philadelphia. People did their research. They got pictures together, working out together, stuff like that. So Haason Reddick clearly knows this guy for sure. And again, I'm not surprised. I mean, Haason Reddick put out a tweet that he wanted to stay, but it comes down to the business. Now, say if Haason Reddick, what if the Eagles approach him like, we can't pay you 25, but would you take a 21, 22 hometown discount, $3 million discount? Will he take that? Or if the Eagles just completely try to lowball him, I really don't know. Or the Eagles probably heard his proposal. It's probably like, let's see what you could get out there. And whatever you could get out there is either you want to go to that team, you think that you're going to get your full 25, 26, or we offer you this 22, 21. I don't know what happened in that exchange between, I guess, the agent and Howie Roseman. But I do want Haason Reddick to stay. But I will ask this question again about Vic Fangio. He liked to drop his defensive ends in coverage. Haason Reddick is strictly I go get the quarterback. Yeah, he can stop the run here and there, but his specialty is going to get the quarterback. And can Vic Fangio adjust? We don't know. But you don't want to give a guy 22, 23 mil, or even if you decide to pay him 25 mil a year, that he can't cover. He basically can't do it all. He's looking overpaid out there. So, hopefully something work out, even in the scheme, or maybe we trade him. I don't know. But hey, man, what do you think? How do you feel about the news today? DAndre Swift, how do we feel about him hitting the open market? Does it matter? Do you even care? Because there's so many running backs out there. I mean, I want him back, but that's just my opinion. Also, Haason Reddick, Fletcher Cox, how do we feel about this stuff? But this is Eagle Al.